Hello everyone. Today we will be reviewing Ride of Steel at Six Flags Darien Lake. Ride of Steel is a hypercoaster built by Intamin. This coaster opened in 1999, and unfortunately I must say it doesn't exactly hold up with today's hypercoasters, although that does not mean this ride experience is bad. Interestingly, it used to go by Superman Ride of Steel many years ago. However, when Six Flags disowned the park in the late 2000s, the name was changed to simply Ride of Steel, and it has kept that since, even after Six Flags reacquired the park. The locals of Western New York, though, still refer to this as Superman, for some reason. Ride of Steel begins with a 180-degree left-hand turn out of the station before going up the ride's 208-foot-tall chain lift hill. As you're going up, you get a good view of the lake the ride travels over in front of you. This is a ride that I do prefer in the front row, for the views and sense of speed. I also feel that most of the elements hit better in the very front row. Once you crest the lift hill, you go down the ride's 205-foot drop. This drop is just okay. It's only at a 68-degree angle, so it's not super steep. The profiling of the drop also isn't parabolic, so you reach the max angle of descent rather quickly, which makes the drop feel a lot short-lived. In the back row, you will get a brief pop of ejector airtime as you're yanked down the drop. In the front row, you may even get a pinch of weightlessness as you're sorta held over with the steepness. You hit the bottom of the first drop, reaching your top speed of 73 miles per hour. You then go through a 90-degree low-to-the-ground banked turn. This element is pretty weak on the positive Gs, and it's highly unlikely to gray out here. However, there is a great sense of speed in the very front row. You then travel through the first camelback. The entrance offers some brief positive Gs, as the profiling isn't parabolic. You then level out into the airtime portion of the camelback. Rising up into the camelback offers some strong floater airtime up front. In the back row, you will only get some okay floater airtime on the descent. Exiting the camelback offers another brief burst of positive Gs as the profiling isn't parabolic. You will then rise up into the ride's first helix. Stepping up offers a quick pop of airtime for all. You will then travel through the ride's first infamous helix. This element is best in the very front row for the sense of speed. The positive Gs are on the weaker side, but are sustained. On some of my rides, I started graying out a bit. In addition to some decent gray out forces, the track is a bit underbanked, so it offers a pinch of laterals as well. You will then go through a long section of straight track. This only offers some thrills up front, as you continue to get a great sense of speed. You will then get slammed with positive Gs as you go into the second camelback. This is the best element on the ride in my opinion. The front row gets a strong Flajector airtime moment for several seconds. In the back row, the airtime starts weak, but then gets stronger on the way down, and feels just as sustained. You then go through another brief section of straight track, before going into another big helix. You will also get slammed with positive Gs on the back half of the camelback. This helix doesn't really provide much force anywhere. However, the sense of speed is still nice in the front row. The coaster is starting to let off a lot of speed at this point, but don't worry, from here to the brake run, it's all airtime. You will dip down a little, getting a tiny pop of airtime throughout the train. You will then go through the first of 3 bunny hills, which is a bit twisted, offering some nice brief Flajector airtime for all. You go through the second bunny hill, also offering a short Flajector pop for all. The second bunny hill does trim you a bit, but it doesn't really affect the last hill really for me personally. You will then go through one last bunny hill, getting another short Flajector pop for all, before slamming into the ride's final brake run. And I mean slam. This ride's final brake run is super short. Overall, I think this is an okay hypercoaster. It has good moments, and is a speed monster in the very front row. I would rate this coaster an 8 out of 10. And those are all my thoughts on Ride of Steel at Six Flags Darien Lake. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.